Have you ever been in a situation where someone asks you a simple question like, "Tell me about yourself," and your mind just goes blank? It's one of the most common questions in any social or professional setting, but it can be surprisingly difficult to answer well. You want to sound confident and interesting, but you also don't want to sound like you're bragging or reading a resume. If you've ever struggled with this, you're not alone. I'm Sarah, and today we're going to master the art of talking about ourselves in English. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete toolkit of phrases, strategies, and a structured approach that will make this question your new best friend. We'll cover everything from casual conversations to professional interviews, so stick around and get ready to transform your English communication skills. Let's start with the basics. Casual introductions. When you're meeting new people, you don't need to give them your life story. The goal is to be friendly and approachable. A simple way to start is by talking about your current situation. You can say something like, "I'm a student at a local university studying marketing," or "I work as a software developer for a tech company." This is a great way to provide context and give the other person something to respond to. For example, if you say you're a student, they might ask, "Oh, what's your favorite class?" Or, "Are you enjoying it?" This creates a natural flow for the conversation. Now, let's move beyond your job or studies. To make your introduction more interesting, you can talk about your hobbies and passions. This is where you can really show your personality. Instead of just saying, "I like to read," you can add more detail to make it more engaging. Try something like, "In my free time, I'm an avid reader, especially of science fiction and fantasy novels. I love getting lost in new worlds." This gives the other person more information and makes you sound more dynamic. Another example, "I'm really into hiking. I try to go to the mountains every weekend, and it's a great way for me to de-stress and connect with nature." See the difference? Adding those little details turns a simple statement into a mini story that's much more compelling. So, you've covered your job and your hobbies. What's next? Your background. This can include where you're from, your family, or how you came to be where you are today. Again, keep it concise. You can say, "I grew up in a small town in the countryside, but I've been living in the city for the past 5 years. This provides a nice bit of personal history without getting too personal. Or, "I come from a family of teachers, so I guess you could say education is in my blood." This is a nice, relatable way to share a piece of your story. One of the biggest mistakes people make when talking about themselves is just listing facts. The key is to connect these facts with your feelings and experiences. For example, instead of just saying, "I like to travel," you can say, "I'm passionate about traveling because it allows me to experience different cultures and meet new people. My last trip was to Japan, and it was incredible." The word "passionate" and the reference to your last trip add depth and emotion to your statement. They show that you're not just reciting information, you're sharing something that truly matters to you. Now, let's talk about more formal situations, specifically job interviews. The question, "Tell me about yourself," here is not an invitation to talk about your hobbies. It's an opportunity to give a brief, powerful summary of your professional journey and what makes you the right fit for the job. This is where you need to use a structured approach. A good method is the present, past, future framework. Start with the present. I'm currently a marketing specialist at a company called Innovate Solutions, where I'm responsible for managing our social media campaigns. Then move to the past. Before that, I worked at a startup where I developed skills in content creation and data analysis. Finally, tie it all to the future. I'm now looking to use my expertise in marketing to contribute to a company like yours, which is a leader in the industry. This structure is professional, concise, and directly relevant to the job. It shows that you've thought about your career path and how it aligns with the company's needs. Remember, when you're talking about your past experiences, don't just state what you did, but also highlight your achievements and skills. For example, instead of saying, "I managed a team," say, "I led a team of 5 and successfully completed a major project, which resulted in a 15% increase in customer engagement." See the difference? The second statement quantifies your success and proves your abilities. This is a very powerful technique in a professional context. What if you're a recent graduate or you're changing careers? The present, past, future framework still works. Your past could be your academic experience or even skills you've developed through volunteer work or personal projects. For example, I recently graduated with a degree in graphic design, where I focused on user-centered design principles. I'm now looking to apply my skills in a creative and collaborative environment like this one. This shows initiative and connects your past to your future goals. Another important aspect of talking about yourself is using the right vocabulary. Incorporate power words and phrases to make your statements more impactful. Instead of saying, "I am good at," you can use phrases like, "I excel at," "I'm highly skilled in," or "I have a proven track record of." These phrases make you sound more confident and competent. Also, use adjectives to describe your personality, like, "I'm a detail-oriented person," or "I'm a motivated self-starter." These words paint a clearer picture of who you are. Let's do a quick recap. For casual settings, focus on your current situation, hobbies, and background. Keep it light and conversational. For professional settings, use the present, past, future framework to talk about your career journey, skills, and achievements, always connecting them back to the job you're applying for. And for both, remember to use vivid language and show your personality. Practice is key. You can practice by writing down a few sentences about yourself and then saying them out loud. Record yourself and listen to how you sound. Do you sound confident? Is your pace good? You can also practice with a friend or in front of a mirror. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel. Finally, remember that the goal isn't just to talk, but to connect. When someone asks you to tell them about yourself, they're giving you an opportunity to build a relationship. So be open, be honest, and most importantly, be yourself. That's all for today's lesson. I hope this video helps you feel more confident the next time you're asked to talk about yourself in English. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And I would love to hear from you in the comments below. What's the biggest challenge you face when talking about yourself in English? Let me know, and I'll see you in the next video.